Hey everybody, welcome back to the second channel. Welcome back to the 1st of October video lessons. And this one is going to be for the song October 1, which is actually a song that Andrew wrote, but I think he'd be okay with me teaching it. And it's just a few chords, it's just a few power chords. This is a simpler one. So if you're unfamiliar, 1st of October is Andrew Huang and my one-day-a-year band, where we book a recording studio for the day and then have one day to write and record an entire 10-track album. So some of the songs are pretty rushed, and particularly this genre is really great to work in because you just get a few chords. Oh, Andrew just got back to me right now. Hey, man. Hey, Andrew. Weird timing. I'll get back to you later. When you see this is when I'll get back to you. You're gonna be delayed a while. But anyway, also shout out to Jacob Reinhardt, who already covered this song, which is super cool, and that's what I used to learn it. It's only a few chords, but just to make things quicker, I checked out his cover of it and figured it out that way. So thank you, Jacob. So it's just two parts, and one of the parts has a slight variation at the end, and then a quick little ending that's, again, just the beginning part. So October 1, or as I know it, is Tony Hawk, because during the entire process up until right at the end, we just called it Tony Hawk because it sounded like it could be in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. It was recorded on a different guitar, which I'm not seeing in this room right now, but it was a guitar that was tuned to drop what drop D would be, but in a guitar that was tuned up a step, so it was actually drop E. But here's it on just a standard tuned guitar, and it would be pretty simple to just move it. If you're playing in drop D, for example, then it would be pretty easy to move it. But the beginning riff, the chord progression is just C, C, G, G flat. So 3 on the A power chord, 3 on the E string, and then 1 fret over, 2 on the E string. And the rhythm is oh yeah, and then it goes back to G. So it's just those 3 chords going through those. And something I like to do, particularly with this genre, just so I can strum like crazy with the right hand, is I'm paying attention to muting the other strings. That's kind of how I like to play this type of music, is just not worry about being accurate with my right hand at all, and just have all the strings that I don't want to play muted. So like when I'm doing that C, I have my first finger muting the E string there. Then when I play like that, it's not muted. And then the other high strings the top 2 strings are muted. So anyway, so C, which is just 3, 5, 5 power chord, and then I'm doing the same with the G and just having this first finger lay over the string so that I don't need to worry about being precise. And that's the main riff. C, 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 G, G, C flat, G flat, G. Or F sharp, whatever. I always think in tabs, so I'm thinking 3 to 3 to 3 to 3 3 3 3 2 to 2 to 2 3 3. What? And then I'll go into the chorus here. Then the chorus is open E, well, E power chord. So open 2 2, and then C G. So 3 on the A, 3 on the E. And then if you imagine that same shape that you just did, just moving it over 2 frets, moving it over a step, and then that's the second half of the chorus, which is 2, F sharp, D, which is the 5th fret on the A string. These are just all power chords, and then A on that on the E there. And then of course if you're playing in a drop D, which Andrew was doing, which is actually drop E, it would be a little bit different. But this is how Jacob did it, so this is how I'm doing it. And that's the chorus. And it goes right back into the verse, and then back to that chorus, and there's a slight variation at the end. So starting from the beginning of the song, just guitar. And drums come in. And then probably some random noise. What? What? Chorus. And then back to the verse. What? What? And then there's a slight variation here. And it's right here. And then ending, which is just the beginning riff, but just ending there. Ending on that second fret. So the that little variation is a little bit confusing, but what you're doing is you're walking up to a high E there, and that high E is replacing the low E that you'd already be doing there. But with the walk up, it's just slightly different. So I'll play through it. The second chorus. So just what I'm thinking when I'm doing that is you go through that chorus at that point, you end up on that D, and then you go up 1 fret, 5, 6, 7, and now you're starting the next part of the chorus on that high one. And again, what I'm just thinking there is that after that, I go back to the C. So all through that again. Back to the chorus. So it's a little bit confusing. Even there I messed it up a bit, but again, with this type of song, a little bit of sloppiness is totally fine. I'll play through it again, in that when I was learning it, this was the toughest part for me. So the second chorus. And ending. And that is October 1, which is a very creative name, given that there's already a ton of songs and the band name that's pretty much 1st of October. October 1, it's the 1st of October, or no, the first track is just 1st of October by the band 1st of October. And then we also have October 1, then we have 31st of October. Really creative with the song names here. Really showing how much time we had to make the album. So yeah, that's October 1. It's a really fun one. If you make a cover of it, please tag us or something so we can see it and we can post it on Instagram, or at least get it on the Fan Made Covers playlist here on YouTube if it's there. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a fan of 1st of October, and we'll see you soon.